we women are such wonderful beings and we can celebrate our feminine qualities even more. Because in this society, the intuition is not as valued as the rationality and the logic. And we can see how valuable our intuition is. Our intuition is our guidance from our inner being. This is a higher knowing that we have, and it is so valuable if we use this, because it gives us such a big advantage in life. And also our creativity, and how awesome this is that we can create in our womb another being without doing it. We are not putting it together with our hands, we are not doing it, we are creating. We are so awesome, we are wonders, yes. And I don't want to say that men are less wonderful. Men are also wonderful, but it is very good that we see the value in our feminine qualities, and that we allow ourselves to recognize more that we are infinite worthy beings. We don't have to prove our worth to the world. We don't have to do anything to be worthy. We are worthy by nature. And there are two different kinds of self-worth, and there is a big confusion in the world because people have mixed these two different kinds of self-worth together, and then they think some people are better than others. And there are differences in how much developed a consciousness of a being is, but because there are these two kinds of self-worth, and we all have a natural, innate self-worth as a human being, and this kind of self-worth is immeasurable. It cannot be measured. There is no end to it. And that is why we don't have to fight to be worthy. We don't have to do anything. And we can realize that our self-worth lies not in the perception of others. We can take our power back to ourselves and decide that we are the only one who can decide how worthy we are, and we can realize that we are infinitely worthy, and we have the capacity to feel joy and love inside of us, and that makes us incredibly worthy. And it is also alright if we acknowledge this other kind of self-worth, this self-worth that is related to the intelligence, to how much somebody has achieved in his life and how evolved somebody is. But a child is as worthy as a human being who is older, and in the same way, somebody who is not an old soul but a younger soul and makes more mistakes is equally worthy in that sense, even if the success self-worth there is a kind of difference, but our infinite innate self-worth is infinite, so it cannot compete with this flexible success self-worth. We are always infinitely worthy. And if we can realize this on an emotional level and feel this deeply and remind us that this is our truth, then we as women allow ourselves more to receive without needing to prove, without needing to do anything to feel worthy enough to receive. Because being feminine means being receptive. The masculine qualities is more the generosity, the given qualities, and the feminine quality is more the receiving qualities. And in society we were taught that giving is more valuable than receiving, but we can change this perception and see that receiving is also a wonderful quality, and everybody needs to receive. It has not something to do with if we are a woman or a man. Everybody needs to receive. Everybody needs to rest. Everybody needs to breathe in and to breathe out, to be awake in the day and to sleep in the night. So we all need this masculine and feminine qualities. And in the past, the woman stayed at home. It was not expected from them to earn money. It was not expected from them to work. Yes, it was not a good situation that it was forbidden for them. They were not allowed to work, so it is a great step forward that we are allowed to, of course we are allowed to work, but now it is like we have a lot of pressure that women need to work. They must to earn their money, and sometimes if a woman is too much in this masculine quality of doing and trying to prove how worthy she is through productivity, then it can feel like she is not really connected to herself, to her femininity. Because femininity means being, and in this beingness there is a creative force. We don't only have the capacity to do something with the body, we also have the possibility to create something through our inner state of being. This is the way our soul works, because if we feel good, we are in resonance with good things. If we feel successful, we are in resonance with more successes, and we align ourselves to the frequency where these things can be attracted to us. Femininity is this attractive force, and it is sometimes misunderstood because darkness is there are two kinds of darkness, and femininity is related to darkness, but to a very divine kind of darkness. And there is this divine kind of darkness, and there is this evil kind of darkness. And we should not mix that together, because this divine darkness is the space in which all can be created, like the sky in the night. Without the darkness, we would not see the stars. And the universe is dark, but this is a pure and divine darkness, like our eyes. It is dark here. It is an attractive force that we have, and it is pure and divine, and it is important that we see that darkness does not always equal something bad, but there is also this divine darkness. And if we use this and put ourselves first in our life and allow ourselves to really love ourselves, then we have this attractive force, and life gets so much easier. And we can realize that there were voices in society that have tried to separate us from our self-love, because if somebody loves themselves, you cannot try to manipulate this being and try to sell them all this expensive stuff, because they know they don't need it to be valuable, you know. If we really feel our self-worth and our self-love, then we don't have to consume so much. And so because of that, there were so many messages brought to us, like, you need this to be more worthy, you need this to be better, and this is not the truth. And self-worth, if it is true self-worth, comes from an inner place of abundance and love, and it is not something that comes from an inner place of lack. Being egotistical means putting oneself first from an inner place of lack. And we have all been there. It's not a judgment. We all know this. It's not that we don't know this, right? But we need to see the difference. Self-love is not the same thing that being egotistical. It is exactly the opposite. So somebody can put themselves first out of self-love, and it is out of an abundant state, out of the feeling I'm good enough, I deserve this, I can put myself first and care for myself first, and then I have a lot to give, because then I am happy. Or somebody can put themselves first because this person thinks they have not enough. They need to put themselves first out of the fear of not getting enough or of not being worthy enough. And that is not self-love. So it is very important that we clearly see the difference. And society has tried to talk us out of self-love by confusing us that would be egotistical if we put ourselves first out of self-love. But that is not egotistical. That is pure love. Self-love is true love. And if we allow ourselves to love ourselves more, then we can easily love others more, because we feel more fulfilled. And I think it is very beautiful if we realize that femininity means embodying the quality of love. And from this, I want to ask you, don't we want to embody this even more? Don't we want to respect each other in a sisterly way even more? In the way, for example, like not interfering with the relationship that another woman has, or not hurting a man by being not honest and cheating, you know? If we allow our soft side and this love to become even stronger, then society shifts in a very beautiful way. And the whole existence, the whole experience of life becomes so much more enjoyable if relationships feel safe. If we can really trust, we can allow ourselves to live more of this softness. And softness can be a very great strength, you know? Love is a strength. It is like sunshine. And there is this analogy of a man who has a jacket, a very warm jacket, and the sun and the storm are competing against each other, and who they want to check who is stronger. And the storm said, I will blow so much that I will blow this jacket away. And he tries so hard, and the man pulls his jacket even stronger, and the storm cannot pull it away from him. But the sun shines the warm light on the man, and the man pulls his jacket off. And this analogy reminds us how we can transform society with love, because love is such a strong force. And it is time that we get out of the survival mode of the doing, proving our worth. It is time that we start enjoying life more and live this softer side, because then life gets so much more enjoyable for all of us. And what is necessary to do that is that we calm our nervous system down, because for some of us it is something unknown. If we have experienced difficult situations, it is unknown to feel safe in relationships and to have a calm environment. But we can create this calmness, and I want you to join me in this movement of love and softness and respect and beauty. Let's create a beautiful world together through our love and through our sisterhood and through our compassion for each other. Have a nice day.